Really time to ball, y'all. The Heat and the Hornets. It's not just a division game. It's not just a conference game. It's playoff positioning in this game in mid-March basketball. Time to get you to the floor. The opening tip delivered by Papa John's. The call, as always, brought to you by the coach, Annie Reed. Good evening, gentlemen.
Thank you, Jackson. Good evening, the Heat Nation, on the 17th night of March. Game number 68 for both the Miami Heat and the Charlotte Hornets. The Heat number 3 in the East. Charlotte number 6. They're only separated by 1 game. Heat lead the season series 2-1. So a victory tonight would be twofold in its importance for Miami. Number 1, it would give them another game up on Charlotte, would increase their lead to 2, and maybe even more important, would give them a potential tiebreaker against Charlotte should that be needed to sort it out come playoff time. Heat won here on opening night against Charlotte by 10, lost at Charlotte by 18 in early December, and then had a 3-point win in Charlotte on the 5th of February. Tony, the one game where the Heat lost, they were held to 81 points and had 18 turnovers in the other 2. They were very efficient offensively and kept the turnover numbers in check.
Yeah, in the game they lost, Batum had a triple-double against the Heat in Charlotte. So let's see what happens tonight. Our
officiating crew is signed by the NBA to work the contest. Courtney Kirkland, Nick Buchert, and Jedemitis Bertratus. The Heat have 12 wins in a row at home against the Hornets. Overall, they've won 20 of 23 at home against this Charlotte team. But both these clubs different and better than at any time when they met earlier this season. I'm glad you're with us. Off we go on a very important Miami Heat NBA adventure. Tony, we're 15 games away from the end of the regular season, and these are the kind of games that give you that playoff feel.
Yes, and you got a couple of good matchups you want to watch. First of all, you got Marvin Williams against Luol Deng. D-Wade going to the basket. Looks like he got pushed right there. They're going to let a little contact go, it looks like.
Wade said he's feeling better on that thigh bruise. He's got a tough matchup against Courtney Lee, Tony. They had to do some maneuvering after they lost Michael Kidd-Gilchrist to season-ending shoulder surgery. And the addition of Courtney Lee back in mid-February has helped them. It moves Batum to the small forward, and Lee takes over at off guard.
Right. And the other matchup you're going to like is Whiteside comes off the bench with Al Jefferson. They'll be playing against each other. And I'm looking forward to seeing Josh Richardson play against Kemba Walker.
Batum threw it right to Dragic, who scores the first basket of the game. That Goran Dragic playing downhill since the All-Star break. His best basketball, 18 points a game over the Heat's last 13. He want to get back to defense after out gunslinging Denver Monday night in a 124-119 victory. Walker, that was partially blocked by Luol Deng and taken by Goran Dragic. Kemba Walker, leading scorer for the Charlotte team, a point guard, getting you 21 points a game. Joe Johnson.
He faked the pass before he went up, Eric, froze the defense, and then had an easy shot.
Now Joe Johnson playing in his 10th game for the Heat. Miami's won 7 of the first 9 with him. Marvin Williams from downtown.
Oh, that's his bread and butter right there. They're going to run that all night.
He's 24th in the league in threes with 126. He's healthier this year, and he's been very productive. His highest scoring season in the last 7 years.
Yeah, as we mentioned, that matchup, Deng go inside or out. Marvin Williams is basically an outside player.
Kaboom! Speaking of a hot guy, Luol Deng, averaging 12 a game, but he's been so much better than that since moving to the power forward spot since the All-Star break.
Here goes that pick and pop again.
This is Courtney Lee, 18-footer under duress. Lee making his 14th appearance for Charlotte. They've all been starts.
Got that NBA Finals experience. Started as a rookie when Orlando made the Finals.
Came over in a 3-team trade with Memphis. Stoudemire from Dragic. Rory Stoudemire with his first score. Tony Goran Dragic, last 3 games, 26 assists, only 5 turnovers. He's back in the top 20 among NBA assist men.
Oh, he's really getting that assist total up every night. And there's Williams again, twice from the same spot. Again, they've run the play 3 times now already, and he scored twice.
Marvin Williams, who had 27 points, a season high, the last time these two clubs squared off. That's 9-8 Miami. Deng, same spot. And the rebound to Nick Batum. Now, what a great year it's been for Batum in his first season as a Hornet. Finds Zeller, and the rebound finds Wade. Stoudemire comes to set a screen for Dwayne. Got the switch, but the ball goes through Amare's legs. Saved in by Deng, and then knocked out by Zeller, or actually Stoudemire.
Dragic likes to dribble the ball through the defense, finding his spots. He draws two defenders to him, throws a beautiful bounce pass to Stoudemire, where there was no rotation on the help side by Charlotte.
That's tonight's delivery, brought to you by Domino's. Already 3 assists on the Heat's first 4 scores from Dragic. Batum gets a step on Joe Johnson, and Deng covers up the rebound.
He was in between banking it and shooting it straight, Eric, so he hit the back of the rim on that one.
Dragic again putting pressure on the defense with penetration. Gordon from downtown, and the rebound of Cody Zeller. Cody Zeller taking over as the team's starting center for Al Jefferson. And Kemba Walker, a man who could take double-figure attempts when it comes from downtown. Got 144 triples this year. The 5th season in the NBA for Walker has clearly been his best. He's an all-star caliber point guard now.
Yeah, as we mentioned, Coach Spo thinks he's right up there with some of the best point guards in the league in the last month of this regular season. The numbers he's putting up.
Dragic gets through. Wade misses. Actually, Deng misses on the tip. And here comes Walker with the Hornets ahead by 2. Courtney Lee from downtown.
Yeah, you're going to see a bunch of threes, especially in transition by Charlotte.
This is what they do, Coach. They're already 4-4 from downtown. Dragic gets in for the score over Cody Zeller.
He split 2 defenders and then went over the 7-footer to score. And under the 7-footer.
The Charlotte team coach averages 10.5 made threes a game on 30 attempts. Dwayne Wade blocking the reverse from Courtney Lee. Here comes Dragic. Oh, I was going to say he got away with traveling, but he didn't. That last stumble cost him.
Yeah, he might have hurt his right ankle there. He's flexing it a little bit. Yeah, he's wincing as he walks up the floor.
And that's the time you don't want to get injured. Stretch run before the playoffs. 3-point lead for Charlotte. 4 of their 5 field goals have been triples. Kemba Walker. And the long rebound finds Joe Johnson. Dragic, pull up. Yes.
Oh, the simple pass from Joe Johnson to Dragic set up that easy shot.
That's what Eric Spoelstra talked to his team about. Good way to take care of the basketball is to value every possession. And Tony, sometimes that means making the simple play that could lead to a score.
Yeah, coaches like to say, don't try to hit a home run, make the simple pass. And Joe Johnson just did it, led to a nice mid-range J for Dragic.
Both teams with 2 turnovers, both teams with excellent head coaches. Steve Clifford for Charlotte, Eric Spoelstra for Miami. 2 of the best organized, most prepared teams in the league. Both value unselfishness on offense. And you know what? Same goes on the defensive end. You got to be unselfish to be a team defender, Tony, because as you well know, sometimes it means leaving your man to help cover somebody else.
That's right. You don't worry about it. Your guy's got to cover you. And Steve Clifford sounded like Coach Spo before the game. He said, why are you doing so well offensively when you ask him the question? Well, we're moving the ball. That's what Coach Spoelstra talks about all the time. Move bodies, move the ball, spacing, get a good shot.
Steve Clifford, NBA assistant since 2001. He worked for both Jeff Van Gundy and Stan Van Gundy. Dwayne Wade off to the right. Deng wrestles away the rebound. 2 on the shot clock for Johnson's 3.
Oh, yeah. He's been hot as anyone in the league. Best 3-point percentage since January 1st.
He's made 18 of his last 30 from downtown in a Heat uniform, averaging 16 points per game for Miami. Puts the Heat back in front by a couple. Zeller from Batum, rebound to Stoudemire. Dragic again putting pressure on the Charlotte defense. Goran Dragic, aggressive right from the jump. He's already got 8 points for Miami.
He took advantage of the size differential he has over Walker. Walker at 6'1", Dragic at 6'3". He's been hot, as you mentioned. He's been so assertive. He's getting good shots, and he's making good assists.
A 9-0 run for Miami and a timeout to Charlotte. We'll be right back to the Heat's house on Fox Sports Sun. Miami Heat basketball is being brought to you on Fox Sports Sun by Toyota. Let's go places. By AT&T. Get a deal worth talking about. Get high-speed internet from AT&T. And by Bank United. Make the switch to a better bank today. Visit us online at bankunited.com to learn more. Should be a great game here tonight. A back and forth beginning between the Heat and the Hornets. Here's what's left on our Domino's schedule tracker after tonight. 6 at home, 8 on the road for the Heat. Right now, the Celtics and Atlanta each a half game behind Miami. Charlotte is 1 game behind the Heat. Challenging schedules for all, no easy answers. And in this game, Tony, a 9-0 Charlotte run on 3 straight triples has been followed up by 9 straight Heat points. The start of a back-and-forth ball game. Al Jefferson's in for Charlotte, and Courtney Lee triples for the second time. Well, the Hornets 5 of 5 from downtown. Well, that's got to be your top concern when playing Charlotte. They got 2 penetrators in Walker and Batum and a host of three-point shooters.
They got 4 guys on the floor now that can make the 3, so they really spread you out.
Josh Richardson and Justice Winslow both checked in. Rookies 1 and 2 for the Heat. They pack a punch. 2 on the shot clock. Richardson for the floater. And the rebound of Big Al Jefferson.
Yeah, he's got to use the backboard on a shot like that. He didn't try that time.
Al Jefferson, who missed 34 games this season, had surgery on his right knee at the end of December. Tonight, his 17th game off the bench. Good defense. Jefferson on the follow misses. And look at the hustle from Marvin Williams. Gets the possession back to Charlotte with a fresh shot clock.
2 50-50 situations there, and Charlotte got both possessions but didn't score.
Heat ahead by 1, just over 4 minutes left in the first quarter. A Whiteside sighting. He's at the scorer's table. Wade gets the Stoudemire screen and flips it off target. And the rebound out of Marvin Williams. So Dwayne has missed his first 3 shots of the ball game. Charlotte's last 4 scores have all been triples. They are 5 of 5 from downtown so far. Batum somehow got it to Marvin Williams. Wanted the foul. Joe Johnson knocked it out of bounds.
Fans wanted to travel on Batum that time.
Frank Kaminsky and Jeremy Lin come on for Charlotte. Marvin Williams and Nick Batum to the bench. And for the Heat, the big man is back. Hassan Whiteside replaces Amare Stoudemire. Tonight, Stoudemire starting his 25th consecutive game. As for Whiteside, 6 straight double-doubles and 13 games in a row with double-figure rebounds off the bench. Got to go out and guard that guy, Al Jefferson.
That's it, right where he wants it, that mid-range J.
Al Jefferson still favoring that right knee. Has great footwork and agility, but that has been impaired by that surgically repaired knee.
Well, he'll guard.
He just took it away from Wade, but was out of bounds.
Yeah, Jefferson will guard Whiteside at one end. Yeah, they're guarding each other at both ends. And then you see the trap right there. Let's see the foot out of bounds. Yes. Right in front of Courtney Kirkland.
Good defense, though. That's an effective double team by Jefferson.
That's what the coach and the Heat want Whiteside to do.
Richardson soars and scores. Josh Richardson, he can knock down threes. He can also slash to the goal. He'd have the lead back, our 4th lead change of this first quarter. The Whiteside defending Al Jefferson. That's Batum on the handoff.
Got a quick first quarter here. We're already under 3 minutes.
Wade getting a step on Lin, and that one bounces off, so Dwayne's 0 for 4. But he sees Jeremy Lin defending him. That's a green light for D. Wade. Batum, zigzag dribble. And Nick Batum off to a quiet start. He's missed his first 3.
He had 16 points in the second quarter last night. Charlotte started out slowly, and he got it back in the game.
Great setup. Whiteside from Joe Johnson.
Yeah, excellent pass.
Joe Johnson does for the Heat what Nick Batum does for Charlotte. He can score. He's also a great setup guy.
I'll say a lot of things. Everything.
Jeremy Lin, former Harvard star, banking it in. 6th-year pro with his 5th different team, averaging 11 points coming off Charlotte's bench.
Got a better do tonight.
Timeout to Miami, a 1-point lead for Miami. Goran Dragic, the table setter tonight. He had 8 quick downhill points for the Heat. Al Jefferson, one of the NBA's blue-collar power forwards and centers. 3 times in his career, he's averaged over 20 points a game. Last year he averaged almost 17 with 8 rebounds, but this year he missed 34 games with a knee injury. He's come back with a different role coming off the bench. Conditioning his biggest issue. Different tale got Whiteside to the bench. Remember, it was the injury in Washington that started it. When he came back, he started coming off the bench and more focused efforts. Whiteside has now come off the bench in 19th game in a row off the bench for Hassan. So 2 different scenarios how they come off the bench. Jefferson's not capable of playing big minutes, but Whiteside still is, Tony. He may not start games, but more times than not, he's finishing.
Yes, and Steve Clifford told us before the game their biggest concern tonight was to keep the Heat out of the paint. Right now, the Heat are up 16-0 in paint points.
Wow. Now Whiteside, a big paint factor on both ends. Had the triple-double last time these clubs collided in Charlotte. 10 points, 10 boards, and the delicious number, 10 blocks. Got a deflection on Len. Len gets it back to Jefferson, and it rolled off.
Oh, he missed a chippy. That's right. He loves that shot.
This is Deng. Dribbling pass. Walker for the score.
He looked up. He was going to pass it in the corner, but nobody was guarding him.
5 points for Deng. A 3-point lead for the Heat, and it's 18-zip in the paint favor Miami.
We've had 1 foul in this game so far by Charlotte.
Excellent defense by Whiteside. Jefferson didn't even need to see the hoop. He was on radar for that hook shot.
He doesn't jump very high, but he can put the ball in.
4 points, 4 boards for Jefferson. And it left in the first quarter. Whiteside, 19-footer. Yes.
Yeah, he's comfortable with that. So are the Heat, comfortable with him taking it. I'm going to check something with the clock right now.
Tony, about a month ago when Whiteside started to launch jumpers, people would gasp and be short of breath. Now you almost are shocked when they don't go in.
Yeah, and Coach Bo said he had no problem as Whiteside was developing that shot and getting better with it. He said, I don't mind him shooting it as long as it's in the flow of the offense.
Whiteside shooting 61% on the season. Number 2 in the league in field goal percentage. That counts for Jefferson. Whiteside picks up his first foul.
The main thing in the scouting report with Al Jefferson is keep your feet on a fake. That time he faked Whiteside up, got him out of position, and then Whiteside fouled him.
And that is, as Tony mentioned, the first foul of the game against Miami. Only 1 foul in the first quarter against Charlotte. We've had a clean beginning.
That's why the quarter went so fast.
Al Jefferson, first 3 years with the Celtics and 3 years with Minnesota, 3 years with Utah, and now in his 3rd year with Charlotte. And a 3-point play. Jefferson came right out of high school in Prentice, Mississippi. So he's 12 years into his career and still a young 31, but that knee makes him feel a little older. Deng was fouled by the rookie Frank Kaminsky.
Let's see, it looked like it might have been a pass. They're going to give him 2 shots? Yes.
Frank Kaminsky, the 9th pick in June's draft, 7-footer out of Wisconsin, taking 1 pick before Miami landed Justice Winslow. Kaminsky averaging 7 points a game. Hey gang, want to get your hands on the El Heat t-shirt priced at just $10? It's tonight's item of the game in honor of Noche Enabea. Heat fans offered exclusively on the MiamiHeatStore.com, but you got to act fast. This deal available to you only during tonight's telecast. So log on to the MiamiHeatStore.com right now.
Eric, you got Kaminsky's guarding Deng. He tried to help down low and then come out on Deng. And as he came out, Deng went by him, drew the foul.
Luol Deng averaging 12 points. Already has 7. That's Jeremy Lin on the pull-up. And Dragic with a 2-handed rebound. 20 seconds left, first quarter. Evenly played first quarter.
Got about a little over a second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Dragic against Walker. Battle for the rebound, won by Winslow, who draws the foul with just under 3 seconds left in the quarter.
Dragic is doing what he's supposed to do. He's taking Walker inside in the paint. Dragic thought he got hit on the elbow that time, but Winslow and Whiteside were in there for that offensive rebound. Winslow corralled it.
Baloncesto del Miami Heat por Fox Sports Sun en español es disponible por el segundo canal de audio, cortesía de AT&T.
Oh, Whiteside moved from his spot. Can't move out of there before your teammate shoots the ball.
Lane violation. Heat by 3. The inbounds to Lynn, don't want to foul. And Lynn stepped out of bounds with 0.8 of a second left in the period.
He's got a set play for this. Is what you practice. You can't call timeout. You got 0.8 of a second left, something around that time. See if you get a good shot off.
Threw it wide to Whiteside, who never even made an attempt to catch it.
And the ball's taken out over there. Nobody touched it. Now Charlotte's got a chance to make a shot.
And can catch and shoot with 0.8 left.
Whiteside didn't know the pass was to him.
Troy Daniels, that would not have counted. Now Charlotte, their only missed 3 was that one. Miami shoots 55%. They only have a lead of 3. 2 teams hunting for home court in the first round, just a game apart. And after 1 quarter, just 3 points apart. Hey, Heat fans, Saturday night going to be an epic NBA evening when the Heat take on the defending Eastern Conference champion Cleveland Cavaliers right here at the American Airlines Arena. Get ready to rock the house. And don't forget to sport your favorite Heat jersey, since every Saturday night is Jersey Night presented by Adidas. Old school look or more modern threads will do, so long as you're repping the Heat. Great seats for Saturday's exciting matchup with Cleveland are still available. Get yours by logging on to heat.com. With Jason Jackson and the coach Tony Fiorentino and our stage manager Jason Cohen, our statistician Steve LeBeau, I'm Eric Reed, courtside for one of the best regular season matchups this year. Coach, this game has a lot riding on.
No doubt, and the Heat, if the Heat lose tonight, they could possibly go to 6th place, depending on what happens in another game.
That's how close it is in the East. And that's how good Al Jefferson is. He's come off the bench in just 6 minutes to get 9 points and collect 4 rebounds. Whiteside, Winslow, Deng, Dragic, and Richardson start the second quarter for the Heat. Kaminsky, Daniels, Lynn, Jefferson, and Lee on the floor for Charlotte. 3 on the shot clock. Deng comes up short. Lynn picks it off the deck. Lynn, very competent backup point guard. Oh, block. Richardson got that.
Yeah, Richardson got it before Whiteside could get it.
Richardson finds Dragic, who finds Winslow.
Oh, look at that little touch pass. Dragic with his 5th assist.
Yeah, Goran Dragic setting the table for Miami. The steal by Deng. 2-on-1 break with a trailer. Lynn with a block, but he fouled Luol Deng, and Lou will go to the stripe for 2.
Deng was waiting for that. We've seen that a few times from Luol lately. He's just waiting for the pass. He plays the passing lane, and then Lynn prevents him from scoring, puts him on the foul line. And then Dragic goes to the basket, draws Kaminsky, and that leaves Winslow wide open for the dunk.
Tony, good sign for the Heat in regards to that guy, Goran Dragic. In Miami's 2 victories over Charlotte this year, total up 15 assists and just 1 turnover for Dragic. And he's off to a terrific start tonight with 5 assists and only 1 turnover.
Last year with the Heat, he had about 5.3 assists a game. He's almost up to 6 now this year. Really, of late, getting 7, 8, 9 assists a game almost every game.
Yeah, he has settled back into a very comfortable role and is putting up numbers very similar to his 2 seasons in Phoenix. One of those years, he was a 3rd-team All-NBA player. Heat up by 5. This is the Heat's largest lead. Charlotte earlier had a 5-point lead. Jefferson against Whiteside. So test a sign, because you got to go out to the mid-range part of the floor to guard Al Jefferson. And Big Al keeps you off balance with that quick release.
That's what he did. He turned and quickly shot the ball where Whiteside didn't get up there.
11 points for Jefferson. He's made 5 of his 7 shots. Dragic gets a step on Lynn and scores.
Boy, against Lynn or Walker, Dragic is having his way. He's getting into the paint almost every time down the floor.
Well, he's been very aggressive and efficient. 10 first half points for Dragic. Look at the defense by Richardson smothering Jeremy Lin. and fitting in a couple push-ups.
Do something for me. Watch this again. The timing of it. His arms are so long. You remember we interviewed him before the season and he said, I want to be a point guard. And I said, why? He goes, I think I can guard point guards. I got long arms.
Makes it harder to do push-ups. Frank Kaminsky has it deflected out.
Yeah, Dragic reached in, knocked that away.
Just under 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Second quarter's a couple minutes old. Eric Spoelstra's Heat, 1 game in front of Charlotte, just a half game ahead of Atlanta and Boston. That's Limp, and that's short. Long rebound, taken by Dang. Good hustle. Dragic for Richardson.
Boy, Dang did not have the angle on that loose ball, but he beat the Hornets to it. Led to that basket at the other end. Good ball handling by the Heat after the steal.
So Miami has opened up its biggest lead of the game with an 11-4 run that started late in the first quarter. Heat up 37-30. Miami shooting 58%. Jefferson turns the other way. Whiteside deflects it back.
Dang helped on that coming baseline.
Look at the passing. Dragic missed on the run. Richardson with a rebound and a fresh shot clock.
Always seems to be around the ball, doesn't he, Richardson?
Hassan against Kaminsky. Up and over.
Oh, good footwork. He didn't travel, kept his balance. And once he regathered himself, he got a little jump hook.
That's how you said it. Great footwork by Whiteside. That's such an underrated part of the big fella's game. He's made his first 3 shots, and all of a sudden the Heat with a 9-point lead.
That constant work with Juwan Howard, assistant coach, has paid off. Watch as he keeps the right foot pivot, and then he gets that little jump hook. Gives the Heat the biggest lead of the night.
Him and his family, and we congratulate them. And Chris now, has his own team at home, and it's great. His legacy continues to live on. So
he has a full squad now. We'll get him in. We'll get his sons in here. Shooting some free throws pretty soon. Hopefully later this week.
Bosch party is 7 in full effect. Congratulations to Chris, Adrian. And we welcome the boys, Phoenix and Lennox, to the Heat family. Eric and Tony, back over to you.
All right, great work, Jackson. Congratulations to Chris and Adrian. More kids, always better.
And Eric Dragic, responsible for 23 of the Heat's 39 points, 10 points, 6 assists.
Dwayne Wade with some ice on his shoulder, something he's been managing through the season. There's Jefferson, finally missed one. Whiteside out to pressure. Heat up by 9. 8:27 left, first half here in Miami. Dang for Whiteside. They missed it, but Dang there for the foul.
Boy, Kaminsky's having a tough time guarding Dang.
Well, the Heat go up by 11 points now. It's a 12-2 run for Miami. Jeremy Lin. Oh, Dang almost had another steal.
Yeah, if he didn't get the last one, Lin would have thrown that right to him.
Jefferson spins on Whiteside and then sends it out. Dragic with the steal. 3-on-2 break. Goran right down the middle. Well, you want to stay home on the wings. Goran obliged to go right to the rim with it. He's got 12 points and 6 assists. And the lead now is 13. A 20-second timeout for Steve Clifford in Charlotte.
That was good D by Whiteside that forced that bad pass that led to the steal and the basket at the other end.
So a 14-2 run for Miami in this quarter to open up a 13-point gap.
And Whiteside's defense on Jefferson made him throw that ball off balance. Then the Heat are running so well in the open court. They're making the right passes, making good decisions. Luol Deng going to the basket. Kaminsky having a difficult time guarding him. You can see the pass. Now, Whiteside missed it, but Deng gets the rebound and cleans it up.
Tony, Steve Clifford mentioned the obvious when he talked about how the Heat have been dominant since the All-Star break, going 10-4. He said they've been doing it on both ends of the floor in the paint. They've been scoring in the paint, and they've been controlling the paint defensively. And no truer words spoken here in the first half. 30-6 Miami in the paint.
And it starts with the defense, getting the ball up the floor. And the Heat are quicker, Eric, against the guys guarding them, taking them off the dribble. Dragic, Deng, they're getting into the paint at will.
By the way, the Indiana Pacers are number 7 in the East, 3 games behind Miami, and 3 points ahead of Toronto at halftime in Indiana. Batum with a brick.
Man,
Nick Batum is now 0 for 4. The Hornets with just 2 points in the last 4 minutes. Oh, Dragic with his second turnover of the night threw it wide of Dang.
Yeah, Dang left the spot. Winslow was filling it, but he threw it right between the two of them.
The Heat are 4th in the NBA in field goal percentage this year. They're helping themselves right now at 58% shooting. Winslow with a block on Batum. He's now 0 for 5. Dragic gets by Kaminsky.
It's goaltending. Yeah. I think that's a good call.
Basket interference against Miami.
Yeah.
But, Coach, the Heat have been attacking the rim off their defense. Very impressive.
Watch this. I think it is Richardson that does this. He's going to get up there with the ball in the cylinder. Oh, did he touch that? It looked like live he touched it. I'm not sure on the replay.
I thought it was Dang.
Yeah, maybe Dang did it. I was looking at Richardson. Maybe it was Dang.
Just under 7 minutes left. First half, the Heat leading by 13. Lee, Berzeller, in and out. And the Heat controlling the defensive glass. Miami's out rebounding Charlotte 21-12.
Oh, look at this.
Whiteside with a great spin, but he lost the ball.
Yeah, it was a good slip of the screen. He got down low on Lynn, but he spun and lost control of the ball. Fans here thought Lynn fouled him.
Eric Spoelstra lodging that complaint. He thought Whiteside got hit in the head. Against Lynn, let's see this.
He didn't get hit in the head, it didn't look like.
No. This is Kaminsky.
Look at that defense.
Whiteside sent it back. That's a nightmare for Kaminsky.
He got on top of it so they could fast break off of it.
Winslow was in his face, and then Whiteside with a towering rejection.
Good job by Charlotte getting back that time, not allowing the Heat to score off the break.
Josh Richardson was fouled by Courtney Lee. First foul on Lee, and the second team foul in the quarter on Charlotte.
Good D by Winslow, forcing Kaminsky here to try to do something. He's going to try to back him down, and then Winslow leads him right into the wheelhouse of Whiteside.
Dang and Dragic sit down. Joe Johnson and Dwayne Wade check back in for Miami. Heat ahead by 13. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Winslow feeding the big guy.
Yeah, Lee had to come over and help. Charlotte's really getting hurt on the weak side. Guys are coming over. They're not big enough to guard Whiteside.
A 16-2 run for Miami, including 12 unanswered points. Miami with 32 points in the paint to Charlotte's 6. Well, the Heat are closing off driving lanes, shooting 59%. And Tony, remember early in the year it was just Dwayne Wade feeding Whiteside. Everybody's caught that bug now. Whiteside getting feeds in the paint from almost all of his defense.
Even Joe Johnson gave him 2 big ones in the last game. The defense coming through for the Heat. Whiteside gets on top of this, starts a fast break, keeps it in bounds like he usually does. And the Heat with that 15-point lead when we come back. Charlotte will be on the foul line.
Miami Heat basketball is being brought to you on Fox Sports Sun by Rooms to Go. Beautiful furniture, low prices, and next day delivery. And by AT&T. Get a deal worth talking about. Get high-speed internet from AT&T. Miami ahead by 15. They've outscored Charlotte in this quarter 16-4. Tony, the Heat controlling the paint on both ends.
Yeah, Charlotte missed the last 7 shots. Lee got inside that time. Shot fake Whiteside up. And you notice Dragic getting into the lane. The Heat on their fast breaks, their early offense, everything's emanating from the defense. And we mentioned Charlotte was with those 7 missed shots, the last 7 of getting the Heat out in the open court.
Goran Dragic leading the Heat with 12 points. Luol Deng has 11. For Charlotte, Al Jefferson off the bench with 11.
And right before the timeout, Whiteside picked up his second foul.
Courtney Lee. An 8-point first quarter. That's his first point here in the second period. The Heat up 14. 5:42 left, first half. That ended a run of 12 straight points for Miami. Whiteside posting up. Cody Zeller spins away from a potential double team. And that's going to be a rebounding foul on Joe Johnson. His first foul. Third team foul on the Heat. Now, right now, the Heat at 58%. Charlotte shooting just 35%.
Yeah, Charlotte is an explosive team, Eric. This is going to be a 48-minute game. You know, you're going to have to play 48 minutes to win, is what I'm saying.
Heat with 7 turnovers. Interestingly, Charlotte hasn't scored a point off of those turnovers yet. They just did. Kemba Walker with a jump shot and the Heat foul on Josh Richardson.
The other night they were down 19-20 to Dallas. Came right back in the third quarter, tied the game, and then Dallas went on and won in the fourth, and Richardson fouls Walker there.
Kemba Walker, the 25-year-old point guard out of New York, who played collegiately at Connecticut, having his best year, career high in points per game, field goal percentage, threes, and also minutes per game. A guy that's a state-of-the-art point guard, Tony. He'll get you in offense. He'll also get you points when you need them.
He gets into that paint. You know, the Heat have been doing a pretty good job so far, keeping him out of there.
Miami ahead by 11. 5 minutes to go, first half, and an offensive foul on Hassan Whiteside.
That's his third. He'll be coming out.
Now, Kemba Walker made a great play there because he's 6'1", trying to guard 7-foot Whiteside, and watch the position. That's about the best case scenario for Charlotte there.
Yeah, it is.
Whiteside sits down with his third foul. He goes to the bench with 8 points, 2 boards, and a block.
That time rotating the smaller guy helped Charlotte.
Interesting, we're this deep into the game, and 2 of the best players are scoreless. Dwayne Wade, 0 for 4. Nick Batum, 0 for 5. That's Walker. And that's a made triple for Kemba. His second tray of the night. Charlotte now 6 out of 8 from downtown. And all of a sudden, they're putting a little run together. 7 straight points for the Hornets. Timeout Heat, their lead down to 8.
Enjoying Miami Heat basketball on Fox Sports Sun. And that's a good reason for it. 45-37, 4:51 until Heat halftime, presented by your South Florida Chevy dealers. One of the featured dynamics of that program is this guy, Rod Rothstein. He's our coach. He's going to rewind a little bit, but so far, once again, it's this young second group keeping things together.
Yeah, the beginning of the second quarter, we had 10-4 run, opened it up to 39-30, then it was 43-30 before Charlotte went back to the starters. That bench mob, or mob,
the mob
that they like to be called,
yes.
They're doing a great job. They thoroughly outplayed their Charlotte bench, out-hustled them, out-fought them, just did a great job building that lead.
More Ron and rewind, easy for me to say. We'll get the second half plan from Coach Fizdale. But here's Eric and Tony with more live action.
All right, thanks, gentlemen. We'll look forward to watching and listening at halftime. Joe Johnson with a one-hander. Joe Johnson with a tip-in. 7 points for Joe Cool. Miami's lead is back to double digits.
He just probes in it, and he just goes at his own speed. We talk about it a lot. Nothing rushes him, and he gets into the paint.
About 34 of the Heat's 47 points have come in the paint. Charlotte with just 6 points in there. Miami also out rebounding Charlotte by 12. Stoudemire puts Courtney Lee at the line.
What a quick move by Courtney Lee. That crossover dribble got Stoudemire going right to left.
Miami over the foul limit now with 4:11 left in this quarter. That was Amari's first personal. Courtney Lee will take his 9 points to the stripe. Now Thursday night basketball here at the Heat's house. Capacity crowd. We hope you're enjoying the game from home. And we look forward to sharing Miller Time with you later on in tonight's game. Brought to you by Miller Lite. Courtney Lee's now been in double figures in 5 of the last 6 games with this Charlotte team. Started the season with Memphis, where he spent the last 3 years. Well, Lee with 11. He joins Al Jefferson as Charlotte's top scorer. 8-point lead for the Heat. Just over 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Dwayne Wade came into the game 24 points shy of 20,000 for his career.
He's got him. Yeah, you could tell. As soon as he got near the paint, you could tell Wade was going to use his body to draw the foul or score.
What tipped you off to that?
He had position as he got into the paint. and he had Lee on the side of him, and Lee had to stay, he had to hit him square as Wade went into the paint. He didn't do that, Lee.
Courtney Lee's second foul, Wade's first free throws. Fox Sports Supports is proud to team up with the National Alliance on Mental Illness and their commitment to improving the lives of families and those living with mental illness. Learn more about how to be stigma-free and visit foxsportsupports.com.
And Steve Clifford's going with 2 point guards now with Lynn and Walker in the game.
First point of the game for Dwayne Wade gives the Heat a 9-point lead. Dwayne averaging 19 points a game for the Heat this year. Walker for the cutting Zeller, who scores with the left hand. Cody Zeller out of Indiana with his first points of the night.
Oh boy, Richardson stepped in before he passed the ball. That's a turnover. What a great drive, or pass, a cut by Zeller and finish.
9 turnovers on the Heat and an 11-3 run for Charlotte.
Yeah, when you take the ball out of bounds, you can make sure you're behind that line. You don't get be going forward with your momentum. Watch this.
Ooh,
yeah, stepped in.
Batum, he's still scoreless. Nick Batum has missed his first 6 shots of the game.
Yeah, you mentioned it though. He's one of those guys who can get on a roll 6-7 in a row like he did last night, and a foul on Stoudemire. Oh no, it's on Richardson. Yeah, it's on Richardson.
Yeah, that's number 3 on Josh.
I thought Stoudemire was moving a little that time, but it was Richardson that created the foul.
So Richardson 3 fouls in 14 minutes. Whiteside picked up 3 fouls in 11 minutes. See him ward off there with the right elbow.
Yeah, he kind of hooked him with the right arm.
Justice Winslow comes out of the game as well.
Yeah, you can see it better right there.
Joe Johnson sticking with Batum. The turnaround is in. Nick Batum gets his first score. He was acquired in June for Gerald Henderson and Noah Vonleh. Excellent move for Charlotte, but is it short-term or long-term? Nick Batum will be an unrestricted free agent at the end of the season. You know Charlotte wants him back. You get the feeling he wants to be back.
Yeah.
Good drive by Dwayne.
Yeah, some people think that Batum, with all the money that's going to be available next year, he's going to get a max contract from somebody. Oh, man. He might have just lost that.
Kemba Walker going to get a couple of free throws.
Oh, he's smiling. I want to see that again.
First foul on Dragic.
Let's see it again. I thought he just lost this. Where's the foul?
No, that's bad.
No, that's not good. I thought on the live, when we saw it live, there was no foul. Referees sometimes think they missed it.
You saw a slight reach there as he came around the screen, but so let's move past the call, whether you think it's good or bad. I think the point there is you used to be able to go under the screen against Kemba Walker. He's an improved three-point shooter. You got to go over the screen to defend him these days.
And you got to go over. And what happens is the big that's playing the guy setting the screen, he's now in a little bit of a quandary because the guy setting the screen usually for Charlotte is the guy who can shoot. And so if the big helps on Walker, he gives it to the big who either cuts or gets the shot.
Kemba Walker was a 30% three-point shooter last year. He's up to 38% this year. Wade over Lynn, and a late whistle. And it looks like it's going to be on Jeremy Lin under the basket.
Yeah, it looks like if Wade made the shot, there would have been no call. There was contact there.
He got the benefit of that one. A 15-5 run for Charlotte. Dwayne Wade, scoreless in the first quarter, has all 4 of his points here in the second. Middle game of a 3-game homestand for the Heat. The Cleveland Cavaliers in the Heat's house on Saturday. Heat are 1-1 this year against Cleveland. Dwayne Wade with the last 5 points for Miami. The Heat with a 7-point advantage. Wade has had games of 20 and 22 this year against Charlotte. Kemba Walker. Oh, that's what he can do to you. Kemba Walker. Got 10 points in the quarter, 13 on the night.
He also knows Whiteside's not out there.
That makes a big difference when the big fella's not protecting that rim. He's on the bench with 3 fouls. 2 minutes left in the first half. Dragic's cross-court pass intercepted by Marvin Williams.
He didn't try to make the simple one that time. Tried to hit a home run.
Cody Zeller puts it in. Second score for the 7-footer. And turnovers starting to undo the Heat a little bit. 11 first-half turnovers. Charlotte only has 5. Well, the Heat lead, which was once 15, when it was 45-30, has been sliced all the way down to 3. Joe Johnson missing the triple. The Hornets right now on a 19-7 run.
Yeah, the Heat shooting 57% with 36 points in the paint, and it's a 3-point game.
Jeremy Lin probing, and then bouncing into Marvin Williams. Wade almost had the steal. Batum with a 3. Zeller with an uncontested tip in. 6 points all in the quarter for Cody Zeller. It's a 1-point game. Charlotte's got back from down 15. Dragic behind the Stoudemire screen. And all of a sudden, the Hornets riding some late quarter momentum. Walker from downtown. And the long rebound out of the hands of Dragic into the hands of Lin. Crossover for Kemba, unloads a 3. It's good. And the Hornets with their first lead since it was 19-18 at the 3:40 mark of the first quarter.
So it means they've outscored the Heat by 17 points.
Kemba Walker with a 16-point half, Tony.
Yep.
13 of those points in this quarter. The point guard for Charlotte has turned the game in a Hornets direction.
Well, you see what Coach Spoelstra was talking about. He's playing as good as any point guard in the NBA in the last month. He's really a combo guard, got a great handle. He's very assertive offensively, looking to score. He really uses screens well. Earlier, he went off a screen and hit Zeller on a cut to the basket. He's getting over those. He's getting over that screen. He's using the screen to shoot the 3, and he's befuddling the Heat's defense on that pick and pop or pick and roll. They're gonna have to go over that at halftime.
Kemba Walker, one of the top scoring point guards in the NBA. 16th in the league in scoring, 23rd in assists, and he's having the best month of his NBA career here in March. He's averaging 27 points a game for Charlotte. Remember, the Hornets didn't make the playoffs last year with just 33 wins. They're a couple years removed from a 43-win season and a number 7 seed, and they were swept by Miami in the first round. That was 2 years ago.
Yeah, they're 8-1 in the last 9 games, and Walker was their leading scorer in 7 of the 9 games.
Kemba had a 52-point game earlier this season against Utah. Also had a 40-point game in Orlando.
Looks like they're in a zone. Charlotte's in a zone.
Hornets have outscored the Heat 24-7, including 9 unanswered points. 8 seconds left in the half. Down to 4. Down to 2. So the first half ends with Charlotte in the lead, and the Hornets scoring the last 9 points of the half. What a different feeling you get now. Miami was up by 15 with 5:43 left in the quarter. The Hornets certainly closed the second period strong, wound up with 28 second quarter points and 54 at the half for a 2-point lead in a big game for both teams. Your South Florida Chevy Dealers halftime report with Coach Rothstein and Jax coming up next from the Bayside Studio here on Fox Sports Sun. It did change when both Josh Richardson and Hassan Whiteside went to the bench in the second quarter, middle of the period,
yes,
with 3 fouls apiece.
Yeah, 2 guys off the bench really been helping the Heat defensively. And if you look at the stats, I mean, they were 10 for 21 in that second quarter. Not too bad. The Heat were 9 for 17, but they made some threes. Kemba Walker got hot. And the Heat's got to do a better job of guarding him off that screen at the top of the key.
Take a look at our Nashville hot shot chart brought to you by Kentucky Fried Chicken. Charlotte third in the league in threes made and attempted. They averaged 10 made threes a game, 10.5 on almost 30 attempts. They've had 10-plus threes in 9 straight games and 16 of their last 18. They go 7 for 12 from downtown in the first half. 3 triples for Walker, 2 apiece from Marvin Williams and Courtney Lee.
Eric, they play outside in. They want to set up their three-point shots. When you go at them, then they want to take it to the basket rather than the other way around. And they're very good at shooting the threes, as you mentioned. In this game so far, the Heat are 18 for 27 in the paint, Eric, 67%. Outside the paint, 3 for 12, 25%. So not doing well that way. And they had 7 turnovers in that second quarter. So Coach Fisdale's right on when he says the Heat's got to do a better job with their turnovers.
Tell you what, right now it looks like Nick Batum is aiming rather than shooting, and he is off target 1 for 9. Dwayne Wade 1 for 6 on the first half.
That's a good point. He seems to be short-arming it a little bit.
Courtney Lee with the rebound. Kemba Walker, 16 points, no turnovers. Goran Dragic, 12 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, but he did have turnover issues near the end of that half, had 3 in the first half. Here comes Dragic with the Hornets ahead by 2. Al Jefferson starting the second half for Charlotte rather than Cody Zeller at center.
They might feel it's a better matchup against Stoudemire, and Zeller's a better matchup against Whiteside.
Dwayne Wade squeezing through traffic, was hoping to get a foul call. Courtney Lee calling for the Jefferson screen. Dragic reaching. Walker gets the screen. And Marvin Williams back taps, and it's taken by Charlotte. Kemba Walker dribbling through a maze of defenders. Courtney Lee misses the 3 in the Heat, dodging a couple of Charlotte opportunities there. Dragic over Jefferson. It sticks. 14 for Goran.
Good use of the Stoudemire screen.
Marvin Williams from downtown.
He didn't blink when he had Goran on him at his size at 6'9", Goran at 6'3".
Marvin Williams 3 of 3 from downtown. The report we get from the Charlotte bench, Cody Zeller with left knee soreness. He will not return to the game. That could mean a more prominent role for Kaminsky in the second half, or Tyler Hansbrough. Maurice Stoudemire with his second score. Miami trails by 1.
Yeah, well, I think what it means, Hansbrough will probably be somewhere in here, will be guarding Whiteside. And we know how physical he can be.
Haven't seen Tyler Hansbrough yet in this game. A veteran out of North Carolina. Jefferson with a jump hook. Al Jefferson been impactful. 13 points off the bench, along with 5 rebounds. Dang from the corner.
Excellent pass. Joe Johnson knew exactly what he wanted to do with it when he caught it.
Second triple for Dang. He has 14 points. Miami's tied the game at 59.
Good ball movement. Gets a good shot.
Lee with 3 trays. Charlotte with 8. Jefferson. And Dang underneath for the rebound. Now Jefferson keeps you off balance with his quick shot delivery. Dragic. Wade saves it in. Dang. That's a deuce. A long 2 for Dang.
Dragic thought Wade was cutting. Wade at the last second was able to save it to Dang. Boy, what a pretty play.
16 points for Dang. Miami's back on top by 3.
Wade turned the turnover into a 3-point basket for the Heat.
That was good hustle by Dwayne, who struggled with his game through the first 3 quarters. Dang with another rebound. 16 points, 7 boards for Luol Deng. He's been sensational. Lost the ball on the way up without a foul, and Deng may have gotten hit on the shoulder. He's hurting right now. Deng favoring the left shoulder at this point.
The only good thing about it is not the non-shooting side. Can't tell what happened there.
Didn't see where Deng got dinged. Stoudemire knocked it out of bounds.
Yeah, trying to keep the ball from Jefferson there.
Dang is still trying to get that left shoulder loose. See him working it. That's one hard-nosed competitor. Batum with a quick shot.
Yeah, he shot
Knocks
that
one
better.
in.
Yeah, he could see he shot it better than the last one.
So Nick Batum averaging 15 points a game. He has 5 on 2 for 10 shooting. Hornets up 1. It's been tough for Dwayne Wade to see much daylight against Courtney Lee so far. Johnson back to Amare.
Amare can make that. That's a good shot for him. Good job, Joe Johnson with another assist.
Amare Stoudemire averaging 6 points a game in his first 24 starts. He's got 6 points tonight. He's made all 3 of his shots. Heat back in front.
Eric, the Heat had only 3 assists in the whole second quarter. They got 4 already in the third.
That's starting to come for Nick Batum, who's having his best season. Hornets ahead by 1, our 9th lead change. Joe Johnson finding Dragic, the corner tray, in and out. So much of the NBA game is driving in and kicking it out.
That and the pick and roll.
Jefferson drills a 15-footer. Al Jefferson with 15 points. The Hornets ahead by 3. Al Jefferson starting the second half after coming off the bench in his 17th straight game. He starts for Cody Zeller, who banged up his knee in the first half. Dang, off a deflection. Luol Deng. He's got 7 in the quarter, 18 for the night.
Wade got an assist for that.
Marvin Williams, that's danger.
Yes, you pay for it. Dang knew he made a mistake helping on the opponent going to the basket.
Tony, that's a guy you simply do not leave. Marvin Williams, 4 for 4 beyond the arc.
Yeah, you've got to be more, you got to discipline yourself there because that's what you're taught to help. But when you're playing against a good 3-point shooter, you got to stay home.
7 on the shot clock. Courtney Lee with a pushing foul on Stoudemire. That's a 3rd foul on Courtney Lee. Timeout here in Miami. Big game between the Heat and the Hornets. Right now, Charlotte leading by 4. We know how much you enjoy being a part of Heat Nation, whether it's coming to the games or enjoying them from your house on Fox Sports Sun. Coach, you need a pair of glasses.
Oh, look at that. That's cool. You can wear that on the court. Your teammates will always find you. You get a good shot.
You'd have looked good on the golf course yesterday out at Turnberry in Aventura. What a great golf tournament we had, Coach. 10th year in a row we've done it.
Yes.
That Celebrity Golf Classic, which raises money for Dade School's Athletic Foundation, and Lauren's kid just keep getting better and better.
It does, and just a great job yesterday by everybody, all the celebrities. We thank you. Turnberry with their beautiful 2 courses that we use every year. Outstanding. Who's that guy hitting the ball?
Oh, look at that swing.
Oh, that was terrible. Who are those guys? Obviously they couldn't get a putt that I put in because I didn't put one in.
Now we got the call of the game dinner coming up on April 9th, where, among others, we will honor Pat Riley with this year's Don Shula Sports Legends Award. Now 5 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Charlotte with a 4-point lead. Game Charlotte really has to win. They're a game behind Miami, and if they lose to the Heat tonight, they would also sacrifice the tiebreaker. The Heat would win the season series 3-1. Should they win, a whole different set of circumstances.
Makes it even tighter.
Jeremy Lin driving past Amare, but coming up short.
Got caught under the rim. Too far.
Josh Richardson and Justice Winslow both in. Richardson scores behind the Winslow screen.
Boy, Winslow just stayed there. Did a good job of not moving, and Richardson used the screen by Winslow. Good job by the rookies. Check this out again. There's the screen. There's the foul. There's the finish.
Now Josh Richardson with 6 points and 4 rebounds. He was fouled by Kemba Walker. Amare Stoudemire comes out of the game, and Hassan Whiteside returns. Whiteside had 8 points, 4 rebounds. Whiteside 8 points, 2 rebounds, and a blocked shot in 12 first-half minutes. Now the Heat down by a point with 4.5 left in the 3rd. Important for Whiteside not to pick up that fourth quickly. Tough defensive assignment against Jefferson. Jefferson will drive you crazy with his mid-range jump shooter. 17 points.
He looks like he's going in reverse. You know, not quick, not speedy, but boy, he just gets the job done.
Jefferson, 17 points on 8 for 13 shooting. Wade, well, he's been ineffective tonight. He lost the ball. This is Batum. Blocked by Winslow. Great hustle. Marvin Williams. Blocked by Johnson. Now Miami not giving up any easy ones underneath.
Batum thought he had an easy layup. Winslow then had another idea. Check this out.
Got it before it hit the backboard.
Yes, and then Joe Johnson in the picture. Marvin Williams at 6'9". He gets it blocked.
And Marvin Williams comes out of the game, and it's Frank Kaminsky that comes in, not Tyler Hansbrough. Kemba Walker back to Jefferson. Great shot fake. And good defense underneath, but a foul on Josh Richardson.
Yeah, it's his fourth. That was his fourth.
First team foul on the Heat in the quarter, with the rookie rolling his eyes back, picking up his fourth personal foul in just 16 minutes.
He thought he went straight up in the air, and I think that's why he was surprised.
Al Jefferson, who had surgery on his right knee back at the end of December, had his 17th game off the bench, but pressed into action as a starter in the second half with Cody Zeller out with soreness in his left knee.
Yeah, Dragic just got to come back sooner than coach wanted to bring him back.
Dragic comes in. Richardson sits down with 7 points and 4 rebounds, and of course the 4 fouls. He missed them both. Whiteside with both hands on that rebound.
Eric, in the second quarter, he were up 11, 45-34 when Whiteside went out, and Charlotte went on a 20-7 run to take the lead at halftime.
Yes, it was game changing. Wade with a travel. Tony, what have you noticed with Dwayne Wade? He's not in it right now.
Yeah.
1 for 7 shooting. He's struggling to find shots and struggling even more to make shots.
He's out of sync, and what teams are trying to do to him now, they know he's very good when he gets to the launching pad. They're hitting him down low, trying to take it from him before he gets up in the air.
He has normally been able to take full liberties against a defender like Jeremy Lin. Oh my, that was a pretty block.
He made this look easy.
Dwayne Wade rejecting the Nick Batum offering.
That started with very good position before he went for the block.
Look at that quick release by Batum from downtown. Now 2 points in the first half. He's responded with 7 points here in the third quarter.
That's their biggest lead, right, Charlotte?
Yep. 74-68. Wade couldn't get it. Kaminsky with a rebound. Frank Kaminsky's played 11 minutes tonight, hasn't scored. That was his first rebound. Oh, Batum lost the handle, and on the floor goes Whiteside. Dragic coming back, using the Whiteside screen to come up short and empty. Jefferson's 7th rebound. Here comes Walker. Oh, Whiteside relaxed, and then Walker re-attacked. Kemba Walker now with 18.
He used the net and the rim as a buffer there. Whiteside's hand would have gone through the net if he tried to block that one.
7 straight points for Charlotte. They have their largest lead of the night now at 8. 2:15 left in the third. This a telling time right now.
From 15 down.
Jeremy Lin, a foul he wishes he could have back. Wade was turning and fading away, and now when we come back, Dwayne will be at the free throw line with Miami needing points. The Heat trailing Charlotte by 8.
Jackson courtside with you. To say the Hornets have embraced three-point shooting is simply not saying enough. Only the Rockets and the Warriors shoot more than the Hornets, and they fire up an average of 33s a night, 37 in all last night. They went over the Magic. Coach Clifford has a simple philosophy for his team's shooting approach. He says, quote, "I want them to shoot free and easy," end quote. Spo says the key to all of it starts with Kemba Walker's impact.
the issues that they can challenge you with is you have a dynamic point guard that's going to create a lot of triggers. You have a lot of three-point spacing out there. You have to try to fill gaps and still get to those shooters. And they move the ball very well. They play unselfish. And they compete on the defensive side of the floor.
With all that shooting, the Hornets still shoot at a decent percentage as a team, 36% coming in tonight. Good enough for 9th in the NBA right now. Thus far tonight, 11 of 17 going in from the land of milk and honey for those Charlotte Hornets, keeping them in position. Eric and Tony, back over to you.
All right, thank you, Jax. The threes have been really the difference in the game. Charlotte 11 of 17 from downtown. And Miami 3 for 9, Tony. That means they have outscored the Heat from the three-point line by 24 points.
Yeah, it makes up the deficit with the Heat's advantage in the paint. Almost 42-16. So, on one end, you're not doing a good job in the paint, but you're doing a good job of making threes at the other end.
2 minutes left in the third quarter. Charlotte ahead 76-7. Kaminsky and Jefferson playing in tandem up front. Whiteside defending Jefferson with his 3 fouls. 3 on the shot clock. Kaminsky with an open look. He knew that was good the minute it left his hands. First score for the 7-foot rookie out of Wisconsin. He went to back-to-back Final Fours with the Badgers. 8-point lead for Charlotte again, 78-7. Joe Johnson over Jeremy Lin. It counts, plus a foul.
He just backs you down, sees where the advantage is. Watch it again. He got it in close in there. He dribbled it in there and then took his time, went over the smaller Lin.
Jeremy Lin with his 4th foul. Heat make a change. Dwayne Wade goes to the bench. Luol Deng returns. And a 3-point play for Joe Johnson.
You mentioned Kaminsky in the finals, the final game race. He lost to Duke, lost to Winslow.
Kaminsky had 21 points and 12 rebounds in the game against Duke. Right side, sent it back, but it's a goaltend.
Oh, my.
Oh, Whiteside claiming that ball was on the way up. We'll get a second look and get a better judgment out of that. It looked to me like it was legal.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a bad
Definitely
call.
on the way up.
Well, they robbed Whiteside of a block. A terrible call against Miami. And a 7-point lead for Charlotte with a minute 8 left in the third. Whiteside flashes in, misses the hook. He got pushed. Here comes Walker with a minute left in the third. Jeremy Lin hoists a long 2. And Winslow knocks it out of bounds. Tyler Hansbrough has finally entered the game for Charlotte. Troy Daniels coming into the game for the Hornets. He'll sit down Jeremy Lin, who leaves with 4 fouls and 2 points.
Yeah, Hansbrough is another one of those guys in close, plays close to the rim, little shot fakes inside. You got to stay on your feet.
He's a terrific screen setter, Hansbrough.
Yes, and he gets to the foul line a lot. Uh-oh, you got Whiteside guarding Kemba Walker.
Don't reach, big fella. Last thing you want to see is your 7-foot center pick up his 4th foul, guarding the other team's point guard.
Kaminsky looked like he might have traveled when he took that dribble.
Now Frank Kaminsky, both his buckets here in the third quarter. The Hornets ahead by 9, 82-73.
Yeah, he got away with it that time. He shuffled his feet.
The Hornets have taken control here in the third quarter. Deng, short on the triple. And the rebound of Kemba Walker. 8 seconds left here in the third quarter. Charlotte was up 2 at halftime. And Winslow commits the foul.
That's all right. The Heat are not over the limit. They have to take it on the side.
First foul on Winslow. The Heat 10-4 since the All-Star break. Those 10 victories by 12.5 points a game. And the Heat averaging over 112 points a game in those last 10 wins. Walker. There was contact with Whiteside, but the third quarter comes to a close. Charlotte outscores the Heat in the period 28-21. Well, big game Thursday comes down to the final quarter with the Hornets ahead here in Miami by 9. Welcome back. Let's take a look at our Lexus of Kendall. Lexus of West Kendall road ahead for Miami. LeBron and the Cavaliers in the Heat's house on Saturday. The Heat already have a home court victory over the top team in the Eastern Conference. Then the next two on the road in New Orleans for a Tuesday night game at 8 p.m. Very next night in San Antonio. The Spurs are unbeaten at home. They'll meet at 8:30 on Wednesday night, then come back here for Friday's game with Orlando. Take a look at our Toyota scoreboard on an 8-game NBA Thursday. Toronto and Indiana tied at 81. Pacers 7th in the East, 3 games behind the Heat. Right side with a devastating dunk. He got fouled and hit the deck hard.
Yeah. Got the call, too. He'll be on the foul line.
Fourth quarter gets started with a bang.
Great pass from Dang.
Oh, Hansbrough
man.
hit him right in the face. They called the foul on Courtney Lee.
We talked about Hansbrough.
That's crazy.
Being a physical inside player. That foul should have been on Hansbrough.
My goodness, how'd they miss that?
Yeah, and he hit him above the shoulders. Usually they want to look at that.
Courtney Lee picks up his 4th foul. Tyler Hansbrough, if he's with you, I guess you admire his hustle and his grit. If he's against you, he is one of the more annoying players in the NBA with his relentless effort and sometimes clumsy play.
It's like a bull in a china shop.
7-point lead for Charlotte. We're underway here in the 4th quarter. Troy Daniels, Kemba Walker, Hansbrough, Courtney Lee, and Frank Kaminsky. 2 on the shot clock.
Traveled.
Yep. Courtney Lee traveled, just the 7th turnover tonight against the Hornets.
Richardson, good defense on the closeout.
By the way, congratulations to Jim Larinaga and the Miami Hurricanes. They survived Buffalo in the first round of the NCAA tournament with a 79-72 win. They advanced to play the Arizona-Wichita State winner. Good luck, Canes. Dang on the run.
Good curl around the screen. Good pass.
20 points for Deng. 5th time this year he's reached the 20-point mark. Miami down by 5. Even though they're shooting 54%. Daniels drills a triple. Well, a 3rd-year man from Virginia Commonwealth with his first points of the game. This is a guy that wasn't drafted after his college career. He's got 44 triples made.
Guy comes off the bench, makes a 3.
Winslow comes baseline. Topside Richardson for a wing 3. Kaboom! That was important.
There, one rook to another.
10 points for Josh Richardson. His first triple. The Charlotte lead is 5.
Good pass from Winslow.
Troy Daniels over Dang. And Whiteside above the iron for the rim.
Good D by Dang.
Whiteside gets the rebound above the rim. Richardson against Daniels, spinning and scoring. 5 points in a row for rookie number 2. Miami's down by 3.
You can see the confidence that Richardson is playing with right there. The 2 shots bringing the Heat from 8 down to 3 down.
Home team is making a run. The home fans enjoying the run.
Oh, the rook. Spin move on him. Little jump hook inside after he made a 3 off a pass from Winslow. Heat deficit at 3.
You and I both take a lot of pride in being original employees of the Miami Heat franchise. We've seen all these draft classes. That first draft gave the Heat 3 starters for several years. The second draft class brought 2 big-name college superstars in Glenn Rice of Michigan and Sherman Douglas of Syracuse. Dwayne Wade in 2003, but I'll tell you what, the 10th pick and the 40th pick last June could become one of the great rookie classes already in franchise history.
Right now, you'd have to go with Wade and Haslam, 3 championships. I was assistant coach for the first 5 guys. You know, and Heat have had good draft picks. Let's see if these 2 guys now can accomplish what Wade and Haslam accomplished.
9-3 Miami here in the 4th quarter, which is just 2 minutes and 15 seconds old. Marvin Williams over to Batum, guarded by Richardson. Shot clock at 3. Batum rising up and sticking it.
Good shot. Went Winslow, and now is guarding Walker.
11 points for Nick Batum. Tony, he was 1 for 8 in the first half. Dwayne Wade was 1 for 6. Batum has woken up. Wade still struggling, just 1 for 8 for Dwayne. And right now, Wade not in the game for Miami.
We mentioned when Batum was hurting, earlier, not shooting well, that he can get hot in a hurry, and he has done that.
5 on the shot clock for the Heat. Miami trailing by 5. Deng missing the 3.
Yeah.
A 3 that had no rhythm.
Yep, that's exactly what I was going to say. He looked at the shot clock. He had to shoot it.
Yep. Courtney Lee, crossover, pump fake. And he got fouled by Deng, who's not happy with the call.
Good shot fake, though. The shot fake does so much, Eric.
First foul on Luol Deng. First team foul on the Heat here in the fourth quarter. By the way, I know there's a lot of people on Twitter complaining about the officiating tonight. You know, the personal fouls are even. 12 fouls on each team. Courtney Lee with 12. I want to get your hands on an L Heat t-shirt. Crazy Andy's got a deal for you. $10. It's tonight's item of the game, and it's offered exclusively on the MiamiHeatStore.com. Gotta act fast. This deal available only for the duration of this telecast. Log on to the MiamiHeatStore.com. Get yourself that L Heat shirt for just $10.
The game looks better when you wear one of those shirts.
Miami down by 7. Marvin Williams got Deng with a knee to Deng's left knee. Marvin Williams picks up his first foul, and that's team foul number 3 on Charlotte.
Well, he's getting banged up tonight. Left shoulder, left knee.
Deng hobbling a bit. Dragic, quick double team in the white side. Gathered up, missed the dunk, and timber.
Well, that was a good catch, though. That was a tough one to corral. He didn't have such good hands. Charlotte would have had that
Yeah,
pass.
he's got great hands.
Yep.
Batum picks up the foul.
Watch as this goes in. He had to get this off the floor. And then he gets fouled. I was surprised. I read an article today. He said he wishes he had bigger hands. He's got great hands. I don't need bigger hands.
So I like the way Whiteside referred to his free throws. He said they're not free throws, they're jump throws. Whatever you want to call them, just keep making them.
Yes. People don't remember Hal Greer. We mentioned that before. He shot a very similar type shot as that, and he also went to Marshall, and that's where Whiteside put that in his memory bank, knowing that an alum of the same school shot it that way. He's in the Hall of Fame, Hal Greer.
12 points for Whiteside in 19 minutes. The Heat down by 5. That's Batum missing. And that was out of the grasp of Whiteside, taken by Hansbrough. Fresh shot clock for the Hornets. Hornets already with 12 triples in the game in 20 attempts. Here comes another one. And a long rebound corralled by Deng, who's got 20 points and 8 boards.
Yeah, on long shots, threes, you got to have all 5 guys on the board.
Great pass. Nasty finish. Country strong.
That's a tough catch and finish by Whiteside. You got Dragic with his 8th assist. This wraparound pass.
No, that's pretty.
It is, and that's a tough catch in with that short distance that the pass went. Look at Whiteside.
Kemba Walker picking up his second foul. Tony's strength is in the paint for Miami. They've outscored the Hornets in the painted area tonight, 52-20.
Well, we know what Coach Clifford will say if the Heat win this game. Why the Heat won it?
Whiteside. And the Heat's dominance in the paint.
Yes.
Whiteside has the last 5 points for the Heat. Under 8 minutes left, it's a 2-point lead for Charlotte. Marvin Williams, the cutter. Hansbrough scores over Hassan. Tyler Hansbrough with his first points of the game.
That's a tough score there with Whiteside out there.
91-87 Hornets. Deng gets by Williams. Out to Richardson for 3. Kaboom! Josh Richardson, 8 points in the fourth quarter. 15 for the game. It's a 1-point Charlotte lead.
Beautiful pass from Deng. Set it all up.
The Heat were down by 9 late in the third quarter. They're knocking on the door now. Batum for Hansbrough.
Hansbrough looked at Whiteside, passed it back out.
5 on the shot clock. Courtney Lee. Williams for 3. And Richardson, he got hammered by Hansbrough, and they call a loose ball foul on Tyler Hansbrough.
Yes. Courtney Kirkland helped out the baseline official. That was a good call. Hansbrough bumped Richardson out of bounds on that rebound, and they're over the limit.
Yes, with 6:53 left, and the Heat with just one team foul. And you believe Hansbrough complained about that?
I know. Well, that's, you know what? I told you, he's a bull in the china shop.
You got to be a self-aware man, Tyler Hansbrough.
Remember those games with Indiana? UD had to get took a good shot during that series. UD had to protect D. Wade. Got suspended for a game. The Heat won in 6, and when the Heat got on the plane, they gave the game ball to Udonis Haslem.
Enforcer by trade. Leadership comes naturally to him.
Oh my, wow, he's a good foul shooter.
Missed them both, and the lead stays with Charlotte, 91-90. Winslow defending the point guard, Kemba Walker. Shot clock at 4. Jefferson out to Walker for 3. Got it! Oh, that hurts. 21 points for Kemba Walker. He is 4 for 7 from downtown. Tony, that's 13 triples and 23 tries for Charlotte. It's the difference in tonight's game so far.
And again, Winslow didn't stay home on them. Wasn't close enough to contest the J.
Brought to you by JM Lexus. Kemba Walker's cooking. So is Al Jefferson. They're the 2 leaders for this Charlotte team. Kemba Walker with 21 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds. He and Marvin Williams each with 4 triples. The Hornets with 13 trays tonight. That's the most they've had against Miami, but it's their 3rd double-figured 3-point game against the Heat this year. Dwayne Wade, yes, it's been a mighty struggle. Just 7 points on 1 for 8 shooting. Well, the Hornets 10-plus threes in 10 straight games, and in 17 of their last 19 games. Tony, it's their 3-point shooting and their feisty defense that has them winners of 16 of their last 20 games.
What we knew would be a contrast, Eric, would be the Heat's point scoring in the paint and Charlotte's shooting from downtown.
We're halfway through the 4th quarter. The Hornets up 4. That's Jefferson on the setup from Batum. Winslow with a rebound in traffic. Winslow all the way in. And the rebound snared by Courtney Lee. Loose ball picked up by Joe Johnson.
Walker got caught in the air that time.
Dragic drives in, scores over the top of Batum. 16 points for Dragic. Miami down by 2. By the way, Tony, looking at the Heat bench. Oh, there's Dwayne Wade. He's at the scorer's table. I'm starting to get worried. I didn't see him on the bench.
That's good. He's at the scorer's table.
5:05 left in the game.
A little switching going on by the Heat.
Shot clock down to 4. Down to 1. And the rebound of Jefferson. Oh, no. Al Jefferson with 19 points. We're going to have to get another look at that, see what happened to Whiteside. He wasn't even close to Jefferson. Hornets up 4. Hassan from the elbow. And the Heat have lost their rhythm on the offensive end right now. Loose ball, Walker to the floor for it, and Charlotte calls timeout with 4:20 remaining in the 4th quarter.
He can't take advantage of Charlotte being in the penalty here.
20-second timeout for the Hornets. Well, while we have a second, let's take a look at our AT&T upcoming schedule for Miami after tonight. Just 14 games left in the regular season for Miami. The Cavs Saturday night, at New Orleans Tuesday, and in San Antonio on Wednesday. Isn't it amazing? The Spurs, 32-0 at home. Golden State also unbeaten at home. Tony, in the 28 years of covering Heat basketball, I don't ever remember two teams being undefeated at home this deep into the season. They have 3 games left, including a game in the next few days that'll be played in San Antonio. The Warriors and the Spurs standing out as the top 2 teams in the West. They've been the top 2 teams in the league so far.
Spurs are 57-10, and they're flying under the radar.
That's crazy. Meanwhile, these Hornets, they've won 8 of their last 9 games. They've won 6 of their last 8 on the road. And in the East, it's hard to find a team that's been hotter than them, winning 16 of their last 20 games. And, Coach, tonight we can see why. A blend of good defense, very unselfish team offensively, and they are loaded with good shooters. 13 made triples tonight for Charlotte.
Didn't phase them when they were down 15 to the Heat early.
Everything matters now for Miami. Down 4 with just over 4 minutes left. Batum made an impossible shot there.
Man, Richardson played very good defense.
13 points for Nick Batum. Actually 14 for Batum. 5 in the fourth quarter. The Heat are down by 6 with under 4 minutes left. Winslow for Richardson. Open 3. Got it! And he got fouled! A heavenly 3 from Josh Richardson. He's got 3 triples in the fourth quarter and 11 fourth quarter points, 18 on the game.
Oh, man. He had 4 in the last 2 out of 3 games. Now he's got 3 tonight. He concentrates, gets fouled, and makes it.
Josh Richardson, what a second half of the season story he's been. Oh, he missed the free throw. Does not get the 4-point play.
Oh, man, he missed 2 earlier. It's 3 in a row.
Miami's 15 for 20 on the night. 3 of the misses have come in a row, as Coach just told you, for Josh Richardson. Got to have a stop. Batum fouled by Richardson.
There was a 2. He was inside the line.
That's one habit he's going to have to try to break himself from.
Oh,
Too many fouls on jump shooters.
I thought he was inside the line. Let's see. I'm probably wrong. Let's see. Oh, yeah, okay. He wound up in front of the line after it. Okay.
Made the right call. Yes. 3 free throws coming for Nick Batum with Charlotte up 3.
It's a 5th on Richardson?
Yes. You know, Steve Clifford got a 3-year contract extension during the season to continue as the head coach of Charlotte. When Nick Batum found that out, he said, that's going to have an impact on my impending free agents. He said, no coach has ever given him more responsibility or more respect than Steve Clifford has served up for Batum this year. So it'll be interesting. One of the best acquisitions the Charlotte Hornets have made in a long time.
They give Michael Jordan credit.
Yes, now they got to keep him as a free agent.
Yeah, he's 6'8", and and you mentioned it earlier, multi-skilled. In the one game that Charlotte beat the Heat this year, he had a triple-double.
Yeah, spent 3 years in the French League and was drafted by Houston in the 2008 first round. And 7 years with the Portland Trailblazers before coming over in the June deal that sent Gerald Henderson and Noah Vonleh to Portland. Well, Batum with 17 points, 15 of them in the second half, and he's got their last 5 points. Miami down 6 with 3:15 left. Dwayne Wade against Courtney Lee. Tough shot. Bounces off. And the rebound of Kemba Walker. Wade not only 1 for 9, he is laboring and may have forced that shot.
Yeah, he did, and he's got to be careful not to let the ball stick here. He'd have to move the ball.
Kemba Walker misses the 3. Whiteside cherry picks his 5th rebound. Still time, but the Heat are down 6. 2:40 remaining. Johnson for 3. Yes! Joe Johnson to the rescue. His second triple cuts the lead to 3.
Yeah, D-Wade with the assist. He got off the ball there, and J.J. buries it.
Joe Johnson, 2 of 2 from downtown tonight. That was the 7th Heat triple. Batum against Johnson. That's good. Nick Batum with 19 points. He's got their last 7.
Think they're going to him tonight down the stretch here.
17 points in the second half for Nick Batum. He was held to 2 points in the first half on 1 of 8 shooting by himself. Johnson misses the 3. Dang misses the tip, but got fouled. With 1:50 left in the game, and the Heat down 103-98. And Kemba Walker picking up the foul. On Walker, his 3rd. We get a timeout here in Miami. 1:50 left in a big regular season game. Here's your Live Mas Hysteria moment presented by Taco Bell.
You got to love the teamwork. When the Heat pass the ball, obviously the field goal percentage goes up. It slows down the other team. They can't get out and run as much. And Whiteside scoring inside is a big part of the Heat's points in the paint.
Whiteside with 15 points, 5 rebounds, and a block. He's played 26 minutes. Hasn't picked up a foul in the second half. He had 3 fouls in the first half. The hot man has been Nick Batum. 17 second half points, 10 of them here in the fourth quarter. Dang at the line with the Heat down by 5.
They're going to Batum every time down the floor now, and they're going to ride him at least initially, and then see where it takes him. We mentioned last night he had 16 points in the second quarter after a slow start by the Hornets, and then they wound up winning the game against Orlando.
Yeah, some impressive work for Charlotte on the second night of a back-to-back. 22 points for Deng. Miami down by 3. Temperatures rising here at the Heat's house. Important finish to a significant regular season battle. Batum for Jefferson. Oh, that's the gift of Nick Batum, a guy that can be a volume scorer, but did you see the dish to a wide open Al Jefferson? 21 for Jefferson. Miami's down 5 with 1:30 left.
And Deng had to stay home on the 3-point shooter, Williams.
Wade missed. Jefferson out. Battles Whiteside for the rebound. 1:20 left in the game. Miami had a 15-point lead in this game midway through the second quarter. And they wound up trailing at the half by 2. That's Lee. And there's Whiteside. 1:03 to go. Heat down 5. Got to get a score here. Playing against Marvin Williams. Came up short. Jefferson with a rebound. A double-double for Al Jefferson. 21 points and 10 rebounds.
2-possession game here.
Just the 6th double-double this season for Al. Now score here, and it's curtains. 5 on the shot clock for Charlotte with 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and Steve Clifford says, let's use a timeout here.
The Heat's got only 2 fouls in this quarter. They have 3 timeouts left. The Hornets have 2 timeouts left, and they're over the limit. 1 timeout left, and they're over the limit.
The Hornets are the 3rd best team in the league in 3-pointers made this season. Tonight is their 43rd game of the year with 10 triples or more. They've gone 13 for 25. Probably been the biggest difference in the game, their ability to make threes and the impact of the game. The Heat started the night a half game ahead of both Atlanta and Boston. 1 game up on Charlotte, 3 games up on Indiana. Let's check the scoreboard. Indiana was in overtime at home, and they wound up losing to Toronto 101-94. And let's check Atlanta. Atlanta's leading through 3 quarters at home over Denver, 87-76. If you missed any of tonight's game, or you just want to watch it again, tune in tonight at midnight, or tomorrow at 1 in the afternoon. You can watch the Heat and the Hornets replay presented by your South Florida Honda dealers. Well, a key 5-second stint right now. 5 on the shot clock for Charlotte. They're up 5. Heat got to get a stop and a rebound.
Tough spot to take it out back in that deep corner there. Deep sideline where the corner meets. That's a tough inbounds pass.
Courtney Lee will be the inbounds man. Marvin Williams. This is Batum. Got it off. And it goes out of bounds. The Heat will get it back with 24.5 seconds left. Miami down by 5. Johnson, angle 3. Way off.
Whiteside was held by Jefferson inside. He'll get 2 free throws. Coach Spoelstra elected not to call timeout there. He got a good shot for Joe Johnson without the timeout.
That's a well set up play.
Yes. And you can see Jefferson holding Whiteside.
Clearly. Second foul on Al Jefferson. Whiteside to the stripe, where he's 3 for 4 tonight.
No, I don't anticipate. I don't think Clifford's going to go with a timeout. He's got 1 left. He's going to have the lead in the ball. The Heat are going to go for a steal, and obviously they got a foul. Stop the clock if they don't get the steal.
And that is a real tribute to Whiteside's improved free throw shooting. Not only making them, but when you make them.
Ideally, you like to foul Jefferson, but then he's not going to touch the ball. You're only shooting 51% at the foul line.
Kemba Walker will go to the line for 2 shots. So Whiteside, all in the 4th quarter, 5 of 6 from the free throw line, a 17-point game. That's the best statement he's made with his free throw shooting yet. To make them at crunch time when your team is trailing and has to have them.
He'd had a foul to give there, so they've got to do it again.
Into Marvin Williams.
Williams is an 86% foul shooter.
These will be his first free throws of the game.
If you're the Heat, you'd rather he be on the line than Walker. Walker relishes those situations.
Well, Miami really needs Marvin to miss both.
Spoelstra will call timeout.
There's one.
Boy, he was off balance on that shot, leaning forward too much. He's got 3 timeouts left.
He missed another. Whiteside with a rebound. Timeout. Heat a chance to tie the game on their final possession of regulation.
Well, what it does, Eric, is Spoelstra doesn't have to go for 3 here. You can get a quick 2 because you got the 2 timeouts left. Let's see how they play it when we come back.
Now the Hornets up by 3, 14.6 seconds left. Tony, the Heat need 3 to tie, but you don't necessarily think they're going to go for 3.
No, I think that he can go for a quick 2 here. If you take a 3 and miss and they get the rebound and you foul them, they can make 1 of the 2. Now you're down 2 possessions. So the ideal situation is to get a quick 2, try to steal the ball. If you don't, you can foul them. And the worst that can happen is you're down 1 possession. You'll have enough time on the clock when you advance the ball after a timeout. So let's see how Coach Spoelstra plays this.
It's Dragic, Wade, Josh Richardson, Joe Johnson, and the inbounds man is Lou Aldan. Down by 3, just under 15 seconds left. Wade goes for the 2 and gets it. His first points of the 4th quarter, his first field goal of the 2nd half. It's a 1-point game, and Jeremy Lin gets fouled with just under 10 seconds left. These will be Lin's first free throws of the game. He's an 81% foul shooter this year.
Good move by Coach Spoelstra. And now you got 9.7 seconds left. Wade goes for 2. They get a quick 2 right here. The Heat has the 2 timeouts left. No matter what happens with Lin, the Heat's going to be down 1 possession.
That was your Warren Henry automotive drive. Important score for Wade. And now important free throws for Jeremy Lin.
Lin's an 81% foul shooter.
But nice arc on that one.
Yes, now the Heat are going to call timeout, hit or miss. They're either going to need a 2 or a 3 to tie the game.
Winslow comes in. Richardson goes to the bench for Miami. Hornets up 2.
This is for the rebound, Eric. We'll see who comes out at the timeout.
Hornets ahead by 3 with 9.7 seconds left, and Eric Spoelstra will use his 20-second timeout. How about now, Coach? Is it time to hunt for the 3, or still time enough to go for a 2?
If you can get a quick 2 again, you can still do the same thing, Eric. You got to anticipate Charlotte's playing the three-point shot. You can get a quick 2 again, and you're in the same situation. Now they've got to make 2 more free throws to put themselves up 3. So let's see if they can't get a quick 2. It happened the other night when Joe Johnson had the ball going to the rim. They didn't get it quick enough, so he dished it to Dang for the 3 to tie the game in Toronto.
Don't miss Heat Live coming up right after the game with Ron Rothstein, John Crotty, and of course Jason Jackson in the Biscayne Payside studio here on Fox Sports Sun. And don't forget to be with us again Saturday night. The Heat and the Cleveland Cavaliers here at the arena. 7:30 tip, 7 o'clock Heat Live pregame. First things first. Huge possession for Miami. Richardson back in along with Wade, Johnson, Dragic, and Deng.
Might run the same play for Wade here. He's going to come off 3 screens, it looks like.
Deng will inbound from the hash mark.
Hope that Walker switches on to him. He can take him under the basket.
Wade flashes high with 8 seconds left. Drives in with 6. Puts it in with 5. And they found Jeremy Lin with just under 4 seconds left. Deng got hit right in the jaw, it looks like.
He got hit tonight, boy. Wow.
Boy, it's been a rough night
left
for Lin.
Shoulder, left knee earlier, and now in the face.
Tony Dwayne Wade with 2 scores in a row. It looks like Lin got Deng with his head.
Maybe? Yeah, they banged heads. All right, now, Eric, the situation, a little under 4 seconds left. Now you force Lin to make 2 more free throws, and then the Heat will see whether they'll be down 2 or 3. They'll call timeout, get the ball at half court.
Bang.
Oh, man.
Wow. Lin's head to the jaw of Deng.
Yeah, Deng got the worst of it. Oh. Lin's is fortunate that the foul occurred before he butted Deng. Might be bleeding.
Heat athletic trainer Chase Sable helping Deng.
He's going to have a headache. Going to have one already. This game is there's no timeout here. They got to bring these players out on the court. The referees are going to hustle the players here. Coach Spoelstra's got a sub.
So Jeremy Lin to the free throw line.
Important for the Heat to get this rebound. All 5 guys, if there is one. If they're not, then he's going to need a 3 this time when they call timeout and advance the ball to half court.
Well, the Heat had to foul Lin. Time was running out. 1-point Charlotte lead. Well, the Hornets have now made 8 of their 10 free throws here in the 4th quarter. 8 out of 10. They're 15 for 20 on the night.
Coach Spo already called timeout with the official. I told him I want a timeout, hit or miss.
And Jeremy Lin calmly sinking 4 free throws in the closing second.
Now, obviously, the Heat needed 3. 3.8 left, no timeouts left. They needed 3 to send the game into overtime.
Now the Heat with 33 points in the 4th quarter, their highest scoring quarter of the game, but not enough. They need 3 more to force overtime.
Now, what we'll see, Eric, is Charlotte's going to look to maybe foul the Heat before they can get a 3 off. Let's see what happens.
Hey, don't forget, Saturday mornings on 790 The Ticket from 10 a.m. until noon. It's Tommy Tighe on the award-winning Heat Weekly radio show. This week's guests include Heat head coach Eric Spoelstra and rookie sensation Josh Richardson. Also on the show this week, NBA writers Michael Wallace and Chris Perkins. And, of course, Ron Rothstein will also be appearing on Heat Weekly beginning 10 a.m. on Saturday on 790 The Ticket.
Eric, this will be interesting. If Charlotte fouls the Heat before they can take the three, the Heat's going to have to go, whoever it is, got to go to the line, make the first and miss the second. Let's see what happens.
Now Miami has 7 triples for the night. They need another. No margin for error now, and just under 4 seconds left here in the final quarter. Dang will inbound. He's got Wade, Dragic, Whiteside, and Joe Johnson.
Guy taking it out is usually the most dangerous guy.
In the Wade, takes a three, and misses it, and the ball game ends. Unlikely guy to take a three-point shot for Miami, coach. Just 7 threes on the year, 19%, and on a night where he went 3 of 13 from the field.
Hey, you go to your future Hall of Famer and you expect him to make a shot, but I hear you.
Miami loses a very disappointing game. 109-106.
Got a pretty good look. Whiteside was in the game to set the screen to get Wade open. He got a good look at the rim that time.
Now Charlotte gets a great win on the second night of a back-to-back. The Hornets are now 39-29. The Heat are also 39-29. And they no longer own the tiebreaker with Charlotte. A damaging home loss for the Heat will come right back to the American Airlines Arena.